Hey Vikings, I'm Will Zwerneman with the Norseman broadcast, and I have Camden Adams and Alex Basile with me today, two seniors, to talk about their recognition as commended students through College Board. Hey guys, how we doing?
Hey, doing good.
Doing great. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. So basically, what does it mean to be recognized right now by College Board at your level?
It means a lot. It's something that I had my eye on a lot freshman, sophomore year, but it kind of slipped my mind for a while. And so having it come back and being recognized for it after so much hard work really means a lot. And it's really cool seeing all of that kind of pay off.
It's kind of unreal. I didn't realize the full scale of this until it actually happened, and it's a much bigger deal than I originally realized.
So, in terms of PSAT, how important was that for you to prepare for the SAT?
I'd say it was pretty important. It sort of took more than I thought it would, but also less than I thought it would. It ended up just being a lot of looking at practice problems and just looking at what the test was actually going to be like.
You know, it was just, oh yeah, the PSAT is just a practice SAT, and you still kind of think of the SAT as this bigger, more difficult test, even though it ended up being about the same.
So it's basically the same. So basically, if you do the PSAT, it's the exact same as the SAT, except in the SAT it matters a lot more.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that makes sense. So how did you prepare for the SAT besides the PSAT?
Like I said earlier, a lot of just practice problems. I think that's by far the best way to prepare. You see a lot of stuff online about courses and guides and stuff. But in the end of the day, I think what helps the most is just knowing what it's going to be like. Knowing the amount of time that you have per question and just knowing what the questions are going to look like. And just the more familiar you are with it, the better you're going to do.
Since you don't really know the exact material that's going to be on the SAT, you really just kind of have to follow certain strategies. You need to know which questions you can answer easiest and go and do those first. And then go do the other ones afterwards. Also, if you don't know an answer, you should just guess, right? Because they don't count off for wrong answers anymore.
Exactly. A wrong answer is better than no answer.
Yes.
Picked at all. So, did y'all take any summer classes to prepare for the SAT or anything at all?
I did the summer leading into my sophomore year. I think it was a week or two. Just a PSAT prep thing. Yeah. That was also just kind of a lot of looking through practice questions and just talking through strategies, time limits, what you need to be looking for, what you need to sort of be ignoring. So I think that definitely helped a lot.
I went through the same thing my junior year, or the summer leading into my junior year. The only difference was the power in the school went out the last day of it. It was insane.
Yeah, and on a time-based mechanics for an SAT, you have to have, 2 minutes per question or less than that?
Oh, not even. For math, it's a little over a minute, maybe.
Wow.
For
so.
English, it's a
you
little
got to
under.
be really prepared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
you can't read you can't read all the English stuff. You just got to skim it and go.
Yep.
So, I'm a sophomore. I took the same class you did. Do you think that class was very helpful? And do you recommend it for other underclassmen to take?
If you have the opportunity, I would. It definitely doesn't hurt. Definitely do more practice outside of it. But it's a really great introduction to just how to think about the SAT and the PSAT with time limits, what they're looking for, and just it's a really good way of learning how to study for it more than anything else.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worthwhile going and learning all the strategies, and definitely if you really want to prepare for anything, just practice it over and over.
Mm-hmm. And do you all plan to apply this into your future career? Just practice?
Yes, absolutely.
That's very good. So in terms of future plans and stuff like that, where do you plan to go to college, and if so, where? And workforce and all that. And so what are your basically future plans?
I guess I can't see that I have my hat on right now. I just applied to Rice, so that's
nice
my
job.
number one right now. And I'd love to go into astrophysics at NASA after. undergrad and maybe graduate school.
Yeah, and you're in theater, so do you plan to like minor in that at all?
Not necessarily minor. I like Rice a lot because a lot of their students are big in STEM, but also in the arts. So I want to be somewhere where I can not necessarily major in that, but still be involved extracurricularly.
And Alex, you?
I'm going to A&M. I'm very close to applying, but and I want to do computer engineering. I've been told that I need to stay in music, so I'll find something to do. Planning on the concert band, but if I can, maybe a degree.
So in terms of career, you plan to be a technical or an IT guy or like
Probably,
something?
yeah.
Okay.
I just won't be smelly.
And like, is there anything else y'all want to add about SAT and why it was important to take?
Definitely take it when you have the chance. Just again, to reiterate, practice, practice, practice. Like, ignoring everything else you're going to see, everything else that people are going to try to tell you, genuinely just find practice problems, find practice tests, and the more you practice, the better you're going to be no matter what.
Take it seriously. I know that my freshman and sophomore year, I just kind of threw away the PSAT, but that was an opportunity to practice it like the day of, right? It's like a testing day. So just take advantage of every chance you get.
And okay, one of the last questions is on the SAT, do you think it prepared you for college and where you're going to be?
I think in some ways yes, in some ways no. Life is never going to be like as simple as a standardized test. But I think especially the preparation for it is really useful, not necessarily directly, but just having experience practicing and studying, and then like just sitting down and being able to do it. I think that there's a lot that you can definitely apply into the real world.
Yeah, just the like studying for the test beforehand, not the content, but the strategies and everything. That's very useful for real life. But I know that some colleges are actually moving away from asking for SAT scores.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
So, yeah, never really a big fan of standardized testing, but I mean, it gets the job done.
Well, Camden, Alex, thank you so much for being with us today, and we wish you the best for the future in your field, in your respective fields. Thank you again.
Thank you
for having us.
Mm-hmm.